when Jesus says, "Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation," okay? Some of you have said that he's talking about the generation then. Other of you have said that he's talking about this one now, present, that we're in. I mean, this. I'm sorry?
This means like now.
This means now. But you're saying that this is always now then?
Because then it means like back now.
Right. But how are we going to take it when Jesus said this?
Yeah, but how long did he write it? Like, when was it, like, considered, like...
This?
Yeah, like, it could have been, like...
When did it take place?
Yeah.
It's like when Jesus, also in other parts, Jesus said, in this age. This age. Now you have this sinful, adulterous and sinful generation. You understand? So yeah, your thinking is normal. Some people will think it's then. Other people will think it's now, right? But really, if you think it's now, it's a little problematic, because then what it means is that back then it didn't apply. The way to look at this is the following: that it's always a sinful and adulterous generation. In other words, that every single generation is sinful and adulterous. Why? Because since... What? Go ahead, you have an idea?
Because we were born in sin.
Thank you. Yes, because every generation is born in sin. The Bible says, "For all men have sinned and have come short of the glory of God." Everyone is born into sin. We haven't sinned, but we're born into sin. Okay, so it's just as bad, because we're born of sin and into sin. So we carry on ourselves the sins of our forebears, and that forebear being Adam and Eve, right? That original sin. It's the teaching of original sin, espoused by Origen, I believe, and other early church theologians. They espouse the idea of early sin, of primitive sin, or original sin. And this original sin carries through in every single human being. This is the sin that Jesus Christ on the cross of Calvary paid the price to redeem us from original sin. So this is an important concept. It's important teaching. When Jesus says, "From this adulterous and sinful generation, therefore it is every single generation of mankind." Because every single generation, right now, you're in a sinful and adulterous generation. By default, it's like de facto. It is an established fact. This is something that needs to be realized. In other words, sometimes, you're a little too young now, but as you get older, you realize that there's sicknesses. You may be sick and not know it. Has anyone ever been sick here and didn't know that they were sick? It hasn't happened to you, right? You feel okay. You go to the doctor, and all of a sudden the doctor says, "Hey, listen, you're sick. There's something wrong with you." Don't look at the pictures now on that screen.
Well, can I give an example?
Huh?
Can I give an example?
Yes, go ahead, please. Let me cover up the ladies.
Well,
Go ahead.
Well, there was a time, I think it was last year, I think it was something wrong with my knee.
Yes.
And it hurt when I used to bend down on the ground. My knee used to start hurting, and I thought it was just I hurt my knee and that's it. But when I went to the nurse because it kept on hurting, she said there was something wrong. She said that I was sick or something, that my knee had like a disease or something because of the fact that because it was overused.
Mm-hmm.
Overused.
Mm-hmm. And you didn't realize that you were overusing it, right?
Yeah.
So it's a state of being sick or getting sick and not realizing it. You don't notice it. You don't know it. The fact that, there's certain premises in life. Premise is something that goes before it. It's understood from the beginning. Sometimes it's not understood and not known, but it's there. Okay? Just like the sun, would it really have made a difference to you if the earth stood still, and the sun revolved around the earth, would have made a difference in your life up to now?
No, not
Really, not really. And you know that in the old days, they used to believe that. They used to believe that the earth was the center of the universe, and everything else revolved around the earth, because that's the way it looks. Not everything is the way it looks. See? Right. And so, because there's a lack of understanding and knowledge, it looks that way, you feel that way. But when you know the truth, that's what I was talking about this morning, the truth, you shall know the truth shall set you free. And one of the biggest things the truth sets you free from is what?
Sin,
Truth?
false.
Right, from ignorance, from not knowing. Because obviously you have to know the truth. Okay, it's tantamount to saying you shall know facts, and the facts shall set you free from being an ignoramus. Okay, so that's basically what that verse means. Now, so now that we know that the earth, you learned in school, finally, that the earth is the one that goes around everything, because it doesn't look that way. It doesn't look that way, does it? It looks something that's supposed to show you that just looking at things in life doesn't mean, and just the way you look at them and you see, well, that's the way it is, doesn't mean that that's actually what's happening. We have to be careful. That's why we have to study. We have to learn. That's why you got all these books here. You have to learn, because things aren't as simple as just looking, oh yeah, this is like that, that's like that, and this is the way I feel, this must be right, this must be good. No. There's more understanding to be had, and when you find out the reality, then, I thought it was the other way. But now I can see, now I understand that it's not the way I thought. That's what happens to all you young guys. All you guys think you're right now, you think like you know it all, but when you get older, you realize, you know what, I was a dummy when I was younger. You know what, I was mistaken. I thought I was right. I thought I had it all together, and I didn't. And that's what happens when you get older. That's the dichotomy between older people and younger people. Like you feel that these older people, my parents, they don't understand me. There's a song by what's his name? The song by the guy who did MIB. He's a rapper, but he does TV a lot. He has TV shows. What's his name?
Men in Black.
Yeah, the guy who did. Will Smith? Yes, he did a video. I got it in one of my classes. Parents don't understand, or they just don't understand, something like that, right? You ever heard that song?
No.
Well, have you ever heard that? Yeah?
Is it one of his movies?
Right. So I have the video on one of my classes. I can't show you it now. It takes too much to get it out there. But it's Will Smith, and he's singing. They just don't understand. Parents just don't understand. That's basically what he said. So I mean, that's the thing, because obviously you and your understanding where you're at, you see things one way, and basically that way is with little understanding. You have to face the facts. Face the fact that you're in grade school. You know what that means? You're still in the baby block. You ever seen the babies? 1, 2, 3. What grade are you in? 6. So you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all. You're 6. Look at that. Think about it. You're in 9th grade, so just 9.
7.
Think about that for a while. 7. Come on. So you guys are. You guys are a nickel away from 1st grade. Come on. So how can you think, right? How can you think that you know it all already? How can you think that the way? I'm sorry?
Oh no, we were doing the.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, how can you think you know it all? That you're right and your folks don't know it, and your parents don't know nothing. Come and take a reality check.
I did everything.
Just come.
So.